All right, another game that I really enjoyed watching on opening night was Mississippi Valley State. No, Jerry Rice did not suit up, taking on number 5 Baylor. I'll tell you what, a lot of people had issues with Baylor being ranked 5th, tied for 5th, with Kansas saying, okay, is this just a bias towards Big 12? Can they not figure it out? This Baylor squad is going to be very fun. There's a reason why they're top 5, and I understand why probably the media couldn't figure out or couldn't keep them out of the top 5, because when you look at this play, they absolutely destroyed Mississippi Valley State, by the way. No surprise, but they won 117-53. But you saw a new identity with Baylor, Steve. And I think this is something that is amazing, something to be really excited about. They're going to do a lot of 3-guard play this year. And we knew that they had Adam Flanger. We knew they had LJ Cryer, who have been fantastic when healthy. But now they bring in this top recruit in Keontae George, who I believe by the time that this season is over, I'll even go farther and say by the time they hit conference play, the offense goes through George. I believe he will be the superstar on this team. I believe he is already showing, he's already throwing up same kind of assist and numbers as Adam Flanger is. Flanger had 21 points, 8 assists. Keontae George had 13 points, 7 assists. So regardless, if you have one of them in there at a time, you have a very good player who can facilitate the basketball. Baylor's in a really good spot. And then you put in LJ Cryer with another 16 points on the game. The 3-guard play is going to be really fun. I really like what this Baylor squad looks like.
And I'm guessing George is basically forcing the issue with that. I mean, he's played well. He's earned
for sure
that starting nod. So rather than keep someone on the bench, why not go to the 3-guard play? It's something that I think can work. Not every team in the Big 12 is going to do that. So again, teams are going to now have to adjust every time they play Baylor. They're going to have to get out of their comfort zone and adjust for the way that Baylor's going to that smaller 3-guard look. And I mean, good for them. I don't understand, and this isn't every sport it thinks, why does everybody not respect Baylor, what they do, especially the basketball program? Like if you go with football and say SMU, you say, oh, well, they got the death penalty. You can never root for them. Or in basketball, you can say, oh, well, I can't root for Duke because they're always good. And, they always think they're smarter and better. Okay. All right. Fine. What has Baylor done to deserve the constant disrespect that they get in every sport, but especially in basketball? This was a national champion team.
Yeah. In 2021 and in 2019. If you think about it, 2019, break year. 2021, break year last year. If that pattern continues, we're looking at the future national champion. 19, 21, 23. I mean, you do the math here. Math is hard. We don't like to do it a lot here on SlasherU, but keep that in mind. If that pattern continues, this team does look like a team that can go deep. If we continue to see this, obviously with 3-guard play, you get nervous. Can they handle the defensive issues? Can they handle the boards? Can they crash the glass? Can they do everything they need to? Well, they won the rebounding game 53-29 against Mississippi Valley State this week, plus 24 differential. When we see them against more competition, we'll obviously have a better idea, but it's starting off with a pretty good sign of the direction is leading to yes, they're going to be just fine. Another thing that I really liked about this squad, and it comes into play with not only that 3-guard play, but the transfer from West Virginia, Jalen Bridges, who is turning into a very good 3-and-D player. Well, you talk about the 3, they were 14 for 34 from behind the arc, 41% to start the year off with 14 threes. This team is going to be very fun. They get a little bit harder in competition next week. We're coming up this week on Friday, 8:00 Eastern on ESPN+. They're going to host Norfolk State. Now, Norfolk State is one of those top teams in the MEAC, probably the top team in the MEAC, usually find themselves in the tournament. I think this will be a little bit more competition for Baylor. I think we'll start to see a little bit more of what this team can do. Still think they'll take care of business, but man, how exciting is this squad, Steve?
Oh, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be great to watch because Norfolk State plays like a Big 12 team. I mean, they're athletic. They do. They play good defense. They do a little bit of everything well. So it won't be a foreign look as far as how Norfolk State will attack from the on the offensive end and how they defend. So they'll be able to kind of get into a comfort zone to a degree. But what a game that's going to be. And again, if you're a Big 12 and a Baylor fan, on the other side, this gives you a chance to really pay attention to an exciting team like Norfolk State.